the finance bill of Kenya 2024-2025 financial year. I hope you guys have gone through that bill. I hope you guys have read it and understood it clearly. For me, what I can say, first of all, let me put my stand on that bill. I proudly, as a Kenyan citizen, as a Gen Z, as a youth of Kenya, I proudly say reject, reject, reject. Do not amend. Reject the whole thing as it is. Reject it. Now, why should I say reject? Why am I how can I back my point of rejecting the finance bill? I'm very much surprised that the MPs that we voted into power are the same MPs who are going strolling around Kenya saying how Gen Zs are unresponsible, they are just social media TikTokers, I don't know what. They are imposing names on this generation, which makes me so sad. Remember, the same MPs, we beseech them to say no, to vote no to the finance bill of 2024. But instead of going by the will of the people, they decided to go by the will of their pockets. And they decided to vote yes. You see? Now, that is the problem that Kenya has. Come 2027, when we are back to the elections, you are back to the ballot box, the same members of parliament who call themselves Waheshimiwa will be back in our streets asking for our votes. Yet, the constitution disclaims that the power belongs to the people. The Act of Constitution disclaims that the people of Kenya have the right to make a decision either by a representative or themselves. That means when your representative, which are members of parliament, which you vote into parliament, do not go by your will, you as a Kenyan citizen have the right to come out and declare your cry, declare your motion, and put straight your stand. That is in the Kenyan constitution. You know, some of the MPs, they are the one responsible for making the laws that govern us as a country. But some of them, they are illiterate when it comes to law. They are illiterate when it comes to constitution. Like, for example, as at now, we have the power as the people of Kenya to recall back an MP who we find suit not capable to partake his mandatory goal in office, his mandatory role as a representative of the people. Remember, members of parliament, let me direct this to you. You are not a representative of your stomach. You are not a representative of your pocket. You are a representative of a Kenyan citizen. You are a representative of that mama mboga. You are a representative of that boda man. So if you cannot hear the cry of that people that you represent, then who are you representing? Ask yourselves those questions. Who are you representing? You cannot say that I am a member of parliament representing this particular county or constituency, and yet what you are going to put in place in the National Assembly is not as the same what is happening in your constituency. Now, come back to this Generation Z. I find it suitable and I find it appealing for this Generation Z who are out in the street fighting for the removal and the termination of the finance bill of 2024. Remember, this generation is the generation that are going to be fathers of tomorrow. They are going to be mothers of tomorrow. They are going to be leaders of tomorrow. You members of parliament, this generation is the generation that is going to give birth to your grandsons, your grandchildren, your granddaughters. So if you impose such taxes, if you put in place such taxes that are going to squander and squanderize their lives, then what do you expect? Now, for example, when you say A person at the age of 25 who is living with his parents should not pay tax. Should pay tax. What do you mean? What comes into your mind when you impose such bills in parliament? Surely, when you reach 25, you are supposed to pay tax. Some of us are doctors, some of us are lawyers. We have studied, we have gone through the education system 844 in Kenya. We have undergone the scriptures, the hands of Matiang'i. We know what it means to have success. We know the pain of gaining success and attaining what you deserve. Because, like for me, the moment I was in high school, that was the moment that it was very scrumptious. There was no cheating in exams. The grade that you got was actually your grade. That was your mind. Now, we have gone all through that. We have come out successful. We have come out conquerors. But look at us right now. We have no jobs. There are no jobs in Kenya. There are no jobs to satisfy us. We are hustlers. We are the real hustlers. Leave that hustler that calls himself a hustler in a state house. We are the real hustlers. In the ground, we are different. We are the real hustlers in ground. You cannot be deriving a point saying that, oh, I don't know about Gen Zs, what they are doing. Now, what do you expect us to do? What do you expect us to do? Or you want us now to go, we demolish the demonstration and now we come back to our areas, we start being thieves. You send your rogue policemen to come and kill us. Now that is what you want. You should be considerate with what the country wants, not what you want. That is what the law says. Do not just put in place laws and structures that are going to squandalize and are going to make the people of Kenya lose hope in their country. Now see what is happening around in Kenya. Look at the world. Look at the world. If you know you cannot handle a particular place or you cannot handle a particular job, it's better for you to stand down, let a person who has the mandate and the wisdom of God handle that particular mandate. Now, let me remind those people who call themselves our MPs. Come back 2027. You'll not be going to ask for votes in parliament from your fellow MPs. You will not be asking for votes from the government. It is us who are in the ground. You will come back to ask for the votes. So before you make a decision, make sure you make a decision that is going to stabilize your relationship with the ground, not parliament, not the government. You are a representative of the people, not a representative of the government. Take cautious. So I'm happily and I'm a proud Kenyan citizen, but what is happening around it, I'm not happy with it, and I'm very much annoyed with the government. In fact, if there could have been a vote of no confidence for the government right now, I could have been the first person to produce my vote as no confidence at all. The CS, everyone in government, there is no confidence with them. So reject. Do not amend. Reject the finance bill as it is. All of it. Reject it. Reject. We stand strong. Comrade power.